Hey YouTube, Geminics coming to you today. Doing another video. So thank you for rocking with me. So anyway, my day off. So I said let me come through and do another video for you all. So I told you all that I had a date. And that date was this past Friday. So this is of course part of my dating, relationships, advice, experiences, whatever. I know a lot of you all enjoy that. So here to talk about that. So the date was with this this guy that I've known for a while, and matter of fact probably like 8 years, and we never really like hit it off as far as like boyfriend girlfriend or anything further. We just always like, hey, how you? Fine. Okay, great. Life's good. Feeling good, feeling great. Talk for a hot minute, consistently, probably for like a month, and then it just be like we just cease. And there was no beef, it was no type of problem, it's communication. It's just like life happened. So this time around I was like, all right, let me go out on a date with him because he asked me to. So yeah, I was excited, you know, because you all know how I'm just like, I'm not going to sit here and just date anybody or go on a date with anybody, especially if you throwing this the signal of you just want to hump off the first date. It's not going to happen. So anyway, so this is going to be like a mini movie review along with my date. So because there's no purpose of doing 2 videos. So we met downtown, and I know you all are not familiar with where I'm at, but I'm in the Washington DC area. And so yeah, we met downtown, and I want to say something to you fellas and even ladies. If you all agree to go somewhere, it's best to agree on a time. Especially if y'all going like after work. Okay, how long it's going to take you to get ready, to get down there. You know, take that into consideration. So if you get off at 5 o'clock and you know if you want to go home, freshen up and take a shower or whatever, say, hey, let's go to the date at like 8 o'clock. That should give you like an hour to get home, an hour to get ready, and you know, an hour to get to the establishment. So that's tip number 1. Always be prepared with your time. So that's that. Agree on a time and prepare yourself for that time. Number 2, always come early for a date. You want to come and look at the surroundings, look at the scenes. Even if you've been there before, it's best to get there and be relaxed and calm instead of getting there and be all out of place, out of breath, sweating, whatever, nervous. Calm your nerves. Sit there and chit chat. If you gotta fake talk on your phone, text, or talk to whomever to calm you down, or whatever, just calm down. It's gonna be alright. So just get there early. That's tip number 2. So yeah, he was a little late. I ain't gonna say how late, but I recognized that he was coming from work, and he was taking the train in. So it was Friday night, rush hour. I respect that. So yeah, get there. Tip number 3, because I was there early, quite early. But tip number 3, greet your date properly. Depending on what your status is, make sure you know, kiss them, hug them, handshake, some type of gesture. A lot of people survive and go off body language, I want to say. So a lot of times people don't think twice about it, but body language is a great deal. So that's going to be a further tip down the line. But anyway, yeah, so greet your date properly based on y'all stats. So, yeah, he gave me a hug. We went to go see the movie. So this is going to be my movie review part of it. So we went to go see Jackass 3D. Now, something about me, I am very comical, I'm very spontaneous, and I love to laugh. I love life, I love to laugh, and I love the people that's in it. Jackass, I'm not gonna lie, I miss off of MTV. I used to watch them all the time. So I wish I had enough guts to do what they do. So I commend them greatly. But Jackass 3D was well worth going to see. It was some parts, some stunts, and I was just like, I cannot believe they did that. Like, it's well worth seeing. So 2 thumbs up for Jackass 3D. Go see it if you have not seen it. It just came out this past weekend. So that's that. Tip number 4. When you in the movies, and this is your first or second, even third date, depending on your status, is how you need to interact with your date during the movie. Some people put their arms around their date. Some people put their hand on the person's knee or lap, even in between the legs. That is like a no-no. Like, come on now. Not for the first, second, third date. But anyway, but you know, depending on that, or some people just interlock arms. Again, it depends on the status of you all's relationship. But I would say for a first date, it's okay to, depending on the movie also, to interlock arms if you're really feeling that person. Don't allow that person to go beyond a knee area. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're sitting next to somebody and you just hit their knee or put your hand on their knee, that's fine. If you allow that, do not allow them to be trying to trickle down into the goodies. No. They trying to throw you signals already about what they're trying to do. So don't allow that. So he was a gentleman. None of that. Nothing beyond a knee. So, and you know, guys' arms are longer than females, so you know they need a little bit more space. That's respectable, especially sharing an armrest, but don't think you're going any further. So, tip number 5. Stop flirting. I know this sounds crazy, but don't flirt too much. Get to know that person first. Don't be trying to throw them the eye or the hands, you know, squeezing your breasts together. Even dudes, even you sitting there trying to grab your package. Like, all that flirting or telling them how you going to do this and this and that to them. You already trying to take me back already. Don't do that. I have had that happen to me in the past. And I'm just sitting there looking at them like, no. It's not going down like that. So, yeah, tip number 5, stop flirting. Get to know the person. So after the movies, we did go and get something to eat. So I'm gonna tell you something. Some women might not like it. Some men might agree. Whatever. Allow that man to be a man. And this is tip number 6. Allow a man to be a man in all areas. And I say this because a lot of times women get there and they tell the men what they want and what they're going to do. Allow the man to lead the date to certain points. If he be like, hey, it's up to you what you want to do afterwards or where you want to eat. Don't be shy. Be like, oh, I don't know, you choose. No, he asked you. So if you want to go to a seafood restaurant, or if you want to go to Ruby Tuesdays, Popeyes, McDonald's, Chipotle, that's up to you. You said that. Now, if the man know he can't afford some of these, they should say that. Men, you need to say that, because some women will use that and abuse it and be like, hey, yeah, I want to go to Phillips Seafood Restaurant, and you know, a platter or even just a simple plate is going to be $27. Come on, son. You set yourself up for that. So have limits, but let a man be a man. That's tip number 6. So we went to go eat. Just quick appetizer. We chit-chatted. Tip number 7. Do not get drunk on your first date. No alcohol, no liquor, no even little wine. Be completely sober. You don't want to go and be throwing it back. Like, you need a clear mind. So, especially for your first date. So that's tip number 7. So no, I did not have any drinks. I don't even drink hardly anyway. But I do want to make sure that I go and I have nothing that's against a regular sober drink. So anyway, so that's that. Tip number, what am I on, 8? Tip number 8. Body language is everything at dinner. I know some people are just probably have question marks behind what I'm about to say. But when I say this, it's just like, when you at dinner, you can tell a lot if a person is intrigued, if a person is bored, if a person don't want you to touch them, whatever. Pay attention to the body language. If a person's intrigued, they're gonna bend forward. They're gonna, have that look of, yeah, wow, okay. Also something, somebody might grab your hand or agree with you by touching. Also someone might like, under the table, they might grab your legs and just like scare you or something. Like, little simple fun stuff. You want to keep it fun. You want to keep it simple. But body language is everything for tip number 8. So after dinner, we both got back on the trains because that's how we got down there. So we got on the trains and went our own separate way. Tip number 9. Fellas, first date, pay for the meal. Unless the woman is like real independent, when she asked you out, pay for that meal. Because 9 times out of 10, the girl's not going to go back out with you if you do not pay for the first meal. Our daddies taught us that. They taught us that a man want to go out with you. He wants to spend time with you. My grandmother always said you got to pay to play. That's life. You can't be going around here pinching pennies. So pay for that first meal. So yeah, we get on the train, like I said, and then that's when we have to go our separate ways, and we go to 2 different trains, 2 different directions. Tip number 10, to kiss or not, to end the date. Up to you. Some people do, some people don't. I know a lot of women, they're just like, oh, I'm not a kisser anyway. It really depends on how you greeted that person with tip number 3. Depends on how you greeted the person. Depends how you're going to leave that person. It's totally based on your status. So yeah, it's up to you how you want to do it. But anyway, that was my date. I got home at a reasonable time. I got home by 11:30. I enjoyed myself. We're planning on going out again, so I'll keep you all updated with that. But that is my top 10 tips, first date, my experience, my mini review of Jackass 3. I hope you all enjoyed it. So please, ladies, correct yourself and conduct yourself as ladies. Gentlemen, please do the same. Let a woman know that she is wanted and that she is being treated well. And if you do not want to go out with that female again, please give her a heads up about that. You just feel as though it's not going to work out, because otherwise a lot of times women do not like closure. So they do not like not having closure, excuse me. So that's that. Take my words, I'm telling y'all, you get a long way.